Meet Danielle Robay. Known for her curious mind and heartfelt interviews, she's talked with everyone from Hollywood icons to Fortune 500 CEOs. Danielle hosts the podcast Question Everything. Her mission, to help people live better through powerful conversations.
Danielle, who are you and what do you do?
Ooh, should I go existential? I'm a girl from Chicago, and I'm a TV host and journalist.
What's one thing people don't know about you?
I think people think I'm really serious, but I love to have fun and laugh. I have a little edge secretly.
What's your guilty pleasure?
The first thing that came to my mind was Real Housewives. I feel guilty about it.
What's one vice you wish you could give up?
Chocolate.
When do you feel the most inspired?
In Los Angeles. Have you ever heard of astrocartography? I just learned about this. And an astrologer can tell you where you feel the best. Like you may feel at home in Paris or the most inspired in a certain city. And I feel that in LA.
How do you get strangers to spill their secrets?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Which interview changed your life?
Simon Cowell. He gave me an exclusive, and it was the reason that I was hired for my first job. And he was the reason I got health insurance.
What's the wildest thing your mentor, Larry King, told you off camera?
He always talked about what he wished he could have asked Osama bin Laden.
Big news just dropped. Tell us all about Bookmarked.
Ooh, I'm so excited about Bookmarked. It is Hello Sunshine's podcast and Reese's Book Club's very first podcast. So Reese's Book Club has been around for 8 years, and if you know about it, it is a lifestyle and a movement and really gives brilliant women and brilliant authors their flowers. And so we are bringing that to the podcast.
What does it feel like to be the voice of this new podcast?
I feel really lucky. Women's words and stories have guided me my entire life, even when people couldn't, like through high highs and low lows. Sometimes when talking to a friend or even therapy didn't work for me, reading people's stories helped me. And so to be able to share that sort of love of stories with other people, I feel lucky.
What book club pick needs a film or series next?
Whew! So many. I think First Lie Wins is the Reese's Book Club pick that I think needs a series or film.
What makes a book club pick unforgettable?
I think when it hits you, like, you know, when you close the cover of a book or the last page and the words stay with you or you wish it wasn't over yet, that's when you know.
You're amazing at getting people to open up to you. Who's harder to crack, CEOs or celebs?
CEOs. They have more to lose. Celebs can handle bad press. They've dealt with it before. But CEOs, I think, are more guarded.
Have you found there's one big secret all power players seem to share?
Yes. They have a deep knowing of what they want and where they're going.
Have you ever asked a question and immediately regretted it?
Yes. A few.
Dead or alive, who's one dream guest you'd love to interview and why?
Whew! One that's really hard, dead or alive. You know what? I was chosen this year as Gloria Steinem's fellow. And I have read every word she's ever written, and she doesn't do a lot of interviews anymore. So I am really hoping to interview her.
You created a game, Question Everything. It's supposed to bring the best out in people, but has it ever ruined a relationship?
No! It builds relationships. It's a game changer.
Which card is the hardest to answer?
Oh, that's an easy one. And I love this question, but it's hard to answer. Tell me something about yourself that sounds made up, but is 100% true.
What's the most unhinged answer you've ever heard?
Probably my own, which is that Chris Brown has blocked me on Instagram. We don't know why.
Pre-show ritual: panic, prayer, or power pose?
Ooh, prayer. And the best prayer I think that you can ever say is thank you.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done in your life?
Okay, I've never admitted this, but 2020, cities were shut down, and I did some graffiti in New York City late at night at 3 a.m. with a friend. It was so invigorating, and I'm also a terrible artist, so.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
It's actually from Steve Carlston, who is the general manager here, and I always cite him because he said, if you don't grow roots and build roots when you're young, you're like a tree, you'll tip over when you're older, and I think about that all the time.
What's your biggest regret?
I wish I asked my grandfather more questions before he passed away.
If you could switch lives with one person for a day, who would it be?
Hillary Clinton.
What's one thing you've always wanted to try, but you've been too scared to do?
I always wanted to go scuba diving, but it terrifies me.
What's the one talent you wish you had?
Oh, singing. Doesn't everybody wish they could like get up on a stage and sing like Whitney Houston or Ariana Grande? It's like, it looks amazing.
What's something you can't do?
I don't believe in the word can't.
What's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years?
So many things. In 10 years, I don't want to be cooking dinner. I hope AI robots will be cooking my dinner. What else? I don't want to be driving a car. Maybe we'll have driverless cars too.
What are 3 words to describe living in Los Angeles?
Ooh, hot, especially today. Creative and exciting. You never know who you're gonna run into.
Best place to eat in LA?
Craig's. I feel like that's a staple.
What's one thing you had to learn the hard way?
What a great question. I think I had to learn the line between going after what you want and not pushing too hard, letting things that were meant for you come to you. It's a tough tightrope. I'm still working on it.
If you could do a love scene with anyone, who would it be?
You're gonna make me blush. For sure, Jason Momoa. Wouldn't you?
What's your wake-up ritual?
It's embarrassing, but I go straight to my phone. I'm also working on that. But I try and always have water with lemon and then my coffee and then a workout if I can get to it, but sometimes my emails blow up.
What's your go-to-bed ritual?
I always say thank you before I go to bed. I actually think manifestation is the best at night. So I say what I'm grateful for in my head. I think about what I'm wishing for, and then I always say a prayer for my family's health.
Best advice you'd give your teenage self?
Whew. Go after absolutely everything you want. The stuff that is scary and feels out of reach, and the people that intimidate you, they're just people.
What do you love most about yourself?
I love that I'm kind, even when it's inconvenient.
What are you most excited about at this time in your life?
I'm so excited about Bookmarked. Like, Reese's Book Club is launching a podcast and I get to host it. Unbelievable. My teenage self would squeal.
What makes Question Everything unlike every other podcast out there?
Ooh, I love this question. You know what? I think it sounds silly, but it's me. It's, you come for the host, right? You come for their lens. And I always think that I ask questions so that they don't become prejudices. I think we're so much more alike than we are different. And so I think you always get a dose of inspiration. You feel like you're ready to take on the world, hearing other people's stories.
What's it like working with Reese Witherspoon?
Incredible. She's as amazing as everyone thinks she is.
What's glam and what's gritty about doing a show daily?
Whew, there's so much that's gritty. The glammiest or the glammest part is getting to meet interesting people. Like, that is the biggest gift. The grittiest part is all of the homework behind the scenes and the writing of the scripts and the 10,000 emails.
What does real positivity look like in a dumpster fire world?
Ooh. You know, I just learned from Dr. Dan Tomasulo that hope is the only emotion that requires a negative emotion. And so I'm always optimistic, but I feel like even in dark times when it feels negative, it's that light at the end of the tunnel.
How do you hook a listener in 10 minutes flat?
You ask a wild, salacious question.
Who's the biggest name in your phone?
Let me look. What if I said Oprah? How epic would that be? You know, it's funny. This is a cop-out answer, but my dad growing up, I was obsessed with celebrities in LA and entertainment. And my dad would be like, what are you doing? Like, who cares? Do you know who I am? I'm Dr. James. And so I'm going to say my dad.
What moment left your jaw on the floor?
In pop culture? Yeah. This sounds weird, but Rihanna pregnant at the Super Bowl was epic. Like, we have not seen a woman do that. I think she redefined pregnancy for people.
How do you break the ice when it's awkward AF?
I think there's no one way. You have to feel it in your heart, but just sometimes it like touch. You could touch someone's shoulder or even ask a question, whatever comes to your mind really helps. Here's a trick I use when I meet somebody. When they introduce me and say, my name's Ken, and I say, oh my God, Ken, who named you? Why are you named Ken? And you remember somebody's name, and also they love talking about their family, and it's usually has a tie-in with that.
Who was nothing like you expected?
Bozoma St. John.
Be real. What interview do you regret doing?
Be real. I did an interview with Jeremy Piven that is no longer on the internet, but I was doing a morning show in Chicago, and I was the first woman to talk to him after he was accused as part of the Me Too movement, and I don't think I handled that interview well.
What do you want the audience to know?
That Question Everything is the best podcast, and you can catch it wherever you listen to podcasts, but you can also catch it on Fox Local and on demand, and live, I think, right? Yeah, you can catch it live. That's pretty cool.
What's your rating of The Sit?
Of this? Incredible. 10 out of 10. What?